Hello, hello, hello. Lisa Zimmer here today. I am live now, it says. Hope everybody's having an amazing day. This is an exciting day for me. I'm going to share with you all what I've been doing to transform my body. Using Doterra products and then also all of the other tips. Not just Doterra products got this body in this kind of shape. So I'm super excited to share with you today. All right, let me know if it's working for you. It doesn't look like it's working for me on my side. I have a spinning wheel of doom. If this isn't going to work, we will do it another day. I'm going to come on and say hi. Keep getting the spinning wheel of doom. All right, I'm going to get started. If I don't see any comments, I'll know it's still not working. Say hi. And, okay, it's working on your end, just not on my computer. Okay, cool. Hey, Jenny. Hey, Diane. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Katie. Yay! Okay, so it's a little delayed, but we got it. Woohoo! Super! Look at all the people showing up today. All right, so everybody wants to get in better shape, lose a little weight. So let's talk about how I did it, okay? So it's not a quick fix. It's a lot of little things over the last few months, and some of it I have not had to continue, and some of it I've continued, and so we're going to talk about it. So if you're just joining us and have not seen my photos on my personal timeline, feel free to go to Lisa Bonin Zimmer. That's my personal timeline, and it's public. Everyone can see it. You can share it, whatever you need to do. And you'll see my pictures of me in a swimming suit on a beach, which I've never posted pictures of my body on a beach ever, period, since the onset of Facebook until the last month. All right, so body confidence has helped me out a lot as well. All right, not just from the weight loss, but just having a healthy mindset about my body. So one of the things I worked on right away was changing my mindset, and my group of friends here in Florida helped me with that. So they helped me with my mindset as far as focusing on the health of my body. So when one of my friends was here before she went back north for the summer, we would juice once a week. We'd all get together and juice once a week at her house after yoga. Because again, we were focusing on body health and not vanity. We were focusing on the health of our bodies and not vanity. That was a huge mindset shift for me, because when I got here full-time in December, I was 25 pounds heavier. In fact, I met these girls at a New Year's Eve party, and I didn't want to go because I didn't have anything to wear. And I went, met these wonderful girls, group of people that are into natural health and wellness. Right away, people were talking about how they don't like to use toxic options for their health, how they like to do yoga, how they like to go for walks, how they like to meditate, how they like to juice. And I was like, oh my goodness, I found my people, right? So number one, and I'm going to write these down as we go, is mindset. If your only focus is weight loss, you're not going to be satisfied with this journey, right? Because your body is not going to transform itself just from losing weight. You have to do other things. You have to keep it healthy from the inside out. You have to do self-care. You have to pay attention to what you're eating and why. There is no magic doTERRA oil to drink and lose 25 pounds. All right, 25 pounds isn't even that much for a lot of people. For me, it's a lot. Right, 25 pounds took me, I went from 145 to 120, and it took me from a size 12 to a size 2-4. All right, if I would have just lost 25 pounds and not done the other work, my body wouldn't have gotten the shape that it got as well. And that's what I'm most impressed with, because my body looks strong and healthy, and that's what I'm going for. I'm not just going for getting in a smaller pair of pants. I'm going for shoulder definition and transformation, to just look at myself and remind myself of how strong I am, right? So let's start with that. So number one is mindset. Number two, a lot of you that have been following me for a while, Diane just said this. She said, wow, can't wait to see you. You are glowing today. All right, so that's the other thing I noticed with this transformation when I changed my lifestyle little by little, because if I go big guns blazing, I give up, right? So little by little. I literally glow now because of the health from the inside out. Okay, so let's talk about some doTERRA products that are just a given that everyone should be using no matter what your journey is, that has helped me to glow from the inside out, right? And so Jenny says, look at that definition in her arms. I know, right? And like the shoulder, this is my favorite part, right? Is that I have a shoulder now. Like I ran on the treadmill last night, which I don't normally do, so that's not part of what we're going to talk about too much. But yeah, so just to share with you, the definition and shapeliness of my body came from yoga, 100%. Now here's the deal. I don't do difficult yoga. I do gentle yoga. But I was doing it consistently 3 days a week without fail. Okay? This is not like you have to kill yourself every day kind of lifestyle change. And I will post the link for the yoga that I do. It's Yoga with Tracy. I'm writing down as we go, so I make sure to share with you. So Yoga with Tracy is simple. She has harder classes. I don't do the harder classes. They're on YouTube. All right? You do not have to join an expensive yoga studio and pay out the nose. You put it on your YouTube, your iPad, your phone, your TV, and you do it. Okay? So Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday, 9:30, yoga. All right? Planks. Not for a long time, not kill yourself. Downward dog. All of the upper body transformation came from yoga. All right? Simple yoga. All right, so let's talk about some of the products that everyone should use no matter what. Because again, what we were talking about, your body can't do this without nutrition. All right, so nutrition from the inside out. So number one, Lifelong Vitality Pack vitamins, because they're jam-packed with nutrition. I'll post some stats on here for you. But it's not physically possible to eat in real food the amount of nutrition that comes in the Lifelong Vitality Pack. All right, so I take 2 of each every day with my first meal, whatever that might be, and I attempt to take, and usually fail, a second set later in the day. A lot of times I'll forget and it'll get too late and I don't get my second set in. All right, I'm working on it. All right, so nutrition from the inside out. Next, doTERRA's protein, fiber, and greens. Again, nutrition from the inside out. And again, I'm not great at it, all right? So I've only been managing to get a couple a week, but that's more than I had before, okay? What's important with the doTERRA protein, fiber, and greens is the not just the nutrition, but to keep my digestive system functioning at its best. You will literally see in the, legal print for the fiber that it helps with weight loss, okay? Fiber helps keep things moving in your digestive system, and it helps grab all kinds of yuck along the way, all right? It helps keep my tummy flat. The protein, greens, and fiber, I just mix them all together. I like to put a couple avocado chunks in there for the consistency, and almond milk, or I was using pea protein milk. Now I like almond milk, and then some fruit, all right? Or for the chocolate, I do the chocolate protein, the avocado, and I don't put fruit in that one, right? And it tastes like chocolate pudding, okay? And again, I'm terrible at it. I'm getting maybe 2 shakes a week. Ideally, every day, that would be my morning routine. Unfortunately, my morning routine usually ends up being a cup of coffee with oils in there, right, for reducing inflammation, oils in there for balancing blood sugars, maintaining healthy cortisol, right? So what oils are those? Turmeric, cinnamon bark's huge, and peppermint. 1 drop of each in my coffee, okay? It energizes me. It gets me going in the morning. I'm writing down here, protein. And then I'll post images and information about each of these products. Most of the people here already use these products, but it'll just help you focus, right? Afia says, but even that 1 dose you've noticed a difference with, right? Huge. In fact, that's what I've done for, I didn't take the vitamins when I started 8.5 years ago. That's what I've done for 7 years, is the single dose up until recently, right? So share with me what you like to add to your protein, doTERRA greens, and fiber shake. We've got to get those into our daily routine because you can't physically, it's physically impossible to eat the amount of nutrition that comes in Lifelong Vitality Pack vitamins and the doTERRA protein, greens, and fiber. It's just not possible to eat that much food. Here's where I'm going next with the food. I simply cut down on portions. When I go out to eat, I eat half, all right? In fact, less than half sometimes because the portions here can be huge. Jackson and I am not denying myself. I have tried keto. I have tried gluten-free. I've tried every single diet on the planet. Doesn't work for me. I feel like I'm being denied, and I don't feel like I'm getting to do what I want, and then I end up behaving even worse. All right. So for me, it's portion control. Jackson and I went to the food truck the other night. We got this, what's it called? Like a hoagie with the Philly. We got a Philly. I saw how big they were. I said, we're going to share. I didn't even eat my half. I ate a quarter. It was plenty. The second I start to feel like I've had enough, I stop. All right. I absolutely stop. So portion control, reduce the volume of food. Everywhere you go out to eat, the portions are way too big. They're 2, 3, 4 times the amount of food that we actually need, right? Every morning I eat either a banana or a yogurt, right? So I make sure I eat something after my coffee, okay? So protein, fiber, greens, and Lifelong Vitality Pack. And here's the biggie. Y'all know this by now because I think I talk about it every single video. Here's the biggie. A whole bunch of the Terrazyme, people. I will post a link for my Terrazyme video. And Terrazyme, everyone is misguided in the fact that it's just for digestive health. It is not just for digestive health. A lot of people don't take it because, just like myself, I did not take it for probably 5 years because I didn't need help with digestive because I was doing Lifelong Vitality Pack and DigestZen, and I didn't need digestive help. I took Doterra Probiotics. I didn't need Terrazyme in my head. I was wrong. Someone told me, I think it's 3 years ago now, that Terrazyme was great for weight management. Sold. I went and started taking Terrazyme. I take 3 Terrazyme on an empty stomach in the morning and 3 Terrazyme at bedtime. Now I will again tell you I have fallen off the wagon and I am still maintaining. So I'm going to tell you everywhere that I'm failing in this routine, but I'm still maintaining. And I figured out why. Because I dedicated 90 days to yoga 3 days a week. I was really good staying on my plan of the things I've talked about so far for the first 90 days. And then on the other days, aside from yoga, I would go up to the gym and for 10 minutes, this is it, 10 minutes, right? I would do HIIT, high intensity interval training, I think they referred to it. All I did was get on the treadmill for 10 minutes, and I would walk for 1 minute, run for 30 seconds. Walk for 1 minute, run for 30 seconds. That was a huge boost to my metabolism. Okay? That's all I could do because my knees don't like running. Right? So the walk, run, HIIT. Okay? That's in the first 90 days. And then I fell off the wagon after 90 days with a lot of stuff. But my body kept going because the metabolism was reinvigorated. The Terrazyme I did not fall off the wagon with and kept going. The LLV I did not fall off the wagon with, and it kept my body going. The yoga I did not fall off with, but I fell off with a few other things. I have not stuck with weights or anything like that for the arms, or because that's what you can tell on video is my arms, right? I did not stick with weights. Again, this is just yoga. Okay. So we talked about LLV, protein, fiber, greens, and Terrazyme. We talked about the oils in my coffee. Now let's talk about the oils in my water. A lot of you know this. I talk about this on these videos. We're just putting it all together today and for the weight management, right? So grapefruit, lemon, and cinnamon bark in my water. Again, you've got to balance those blood sugars, especially for women. There's hormone balancing in there, right? Grapefruit helps balance progesterone. There's a lot of other benefits. Lemon and grapefruit are cleaning the liver, right? If your body is not digesting and processing, both of those help with digestion, right? If your body's not digesting, absorbing, and processing, right? We've got to use those filtering organs, the liver, the kidneys, the lungs. It helps keep the kidneys clean. Cinnamon and lemon are great for helping keep your, I just lost it, urinary tract clean, right? Cinnamon and lemon. Urinary tract, bladder, kidney, liver, right? And Krista has grapefruit in her water right now. Allie loves lemon and spearmint in her water. Oh, I need to get back to spearmint. I know that's really good in the water, right? Pamela says once a week we add fiber and greens in her vegan shake. Terrazyme is extraordinary. Absolutely. Everyone needs to drink citrus oils in your water for the glutathione. I'm not going to go into the details on that because otherwise this video is going to get too long. So Google the benefits of glutathione. So we do have an oil blend that was specifically created for balancing blood sugars, but then all of the people that were using it for balancing blood sugars were exhibiting weight loss, all right? And so they renamed and rebranded that product to be called Slim and Sassy, all right? Slim and Sassy. So we have an oil blend that you can drink. You can take the soft gel, and then we also have the gum, all right? So I don't use those products because I use the oils individually that are in it, right? So you can use Slim and Sassy. It has the citrus oils in it and some others. You can look those up. Michelle is doing grapefruit, lemon, ginger, and cinnamon in her water. Or she's doing the Slim and Sassy, which has grapefruit, lemon, ginger, and cinnamon. There you go. That's what I was wondering is what was in it because I don't use the Slim and Sassy. I use the individual oils, all right? So Slim and Sassy with those oils in it, or you can use those individual oils, all right? All right, so we talked about Slim and Sassy products. We talked about, this is a recap for everybody who's just joining us. We talked about Lifelong Vitality Pack, Terrazyme, Slim and Sassy, protein, fiber, and greens. Now let's talk about being sedentary. So I've been trying to lose weight for years and years and years and years and years, right? When I first started Doterra, I was really skinny because I'd just been sick for 3 years, and the illness I was sick with left me very, very skinny and emaciated and void of nutrition. I got busy with my Doterra business. I started sitting at a computer all day, and then for stress relief back in Illinois, because we had nothing else to do in Illinois, I would watch TV all night to keep me from being on my phone and working. So I sat all day at a computer, and then I sat all night in a recliner and watched TV, all right? I no longer sit for more than 15 to 30 minutes at a time, even working. I will get up, I will go start a load of laundry. I will get up, I will go start dinner. I will get up, I will go do some dishes. I will get up, I will walk up to the mailroom and come back. I do not sit for long periods of time anymore, and I watch zero television. When this journey started in December, as of December, I was watching 8 to sometimes 12 hours of TV a day. I would start at the end of the day, 5, 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I would watch 8 to 12 hours of TV and sit in that chair sedentary and snack, right? I do not sit down. I watch zero television, okay? I find something else to do. I always take the stairs. Carla just posted this instead of the elevator. I park far away in the parking lot. I do not park close to any store. I park further out, primarily because I can't stand door dings, but also walking, right? So you have got to get a routine. It takes, 21 days to create a healthy habit. It took 90 days. My body was transforming within 30. My body was literally transforming within 30. I have abs, and I don't do any sit-ups or any abdominal work. That comes strictly from gentle yoga, okay? Everything I'm doing, I haven't been doing weight machines. I tried them. I think I did them maybe 4 or 5 times. I don't follow through, all right? What I do stick with, yoga. I haven't even been sticking with walking. But not sitting for long periods of time and always moving has completely transformed my metabolism, so that the last 2 months when life got crazy, Jackson relocating, graduating from high school, all of us relocating to Florida, it was a madhouse, all right? I fell off of most of these routines, but I kept going with my Lifelong Vitality Pack, my Terrazyme, you have to have that nutrition, my portion control, and I kept moving. This isn't hard. I thought it was hard, right? I've tried so many times to lose weight, but the keys were I did not keep moving, I kept sitting down, and I was not managing portion control back in Illinois. I was overeating, right? I kept thinking that I had to be eating all the time. I'm not fasting. I probably am unintentionally, because I stick to my 2 meals a day and maybe yogurt, banana, apple, carrots, something else, maybe in between. That's it. There's no stacking. I don't do the 5 meals a day that they say some diets say to do, right? I do 2 meals a day, portion control, and pretty much no snacking in between. I don't do anything crazy. I eat bread. I eat very little sugar. What helped me with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, Terrazyme, and doing my shakes, I have very little desire for sugar now, so I rarely have dessert. I've had more dessert lately because we've been going out with people and ordering desserts and everybody taking a few bites, all right? But that's it. Very little sugar. I do not crave and desire sugar now that I've gotten my Lifelong Vitality Pack, my Terrazyme, my citrus oils in my water, my oils in my coffee. They help with a desire for sugar. Something I noticed in the last 2 months, I got very unwell at the end of April, and I started doing Fennel, Tangerine, and Clove shots to help with respiratory for what I got in April. Fennel helps with cravings. Tangerine's an incredible cleanser for the liver. And Clove is the #1 antioxidant on the planet. I just realized this last night when I sat down to make a list of all the things I wanted to talk about today. And I remembered the benefits of Fennel, Tangerine, and Clove. I was using them for respiratory because stuff keeps going around this neighborhood, right? But I realized they were probably helping with my metabolism and my cravings for foods and sugars. All right? So remember, antioxidants neutralize free radicals in the body. They help get rid of bad stuff. That's clove oil. All right? Fennel helps with hormone balancing. I'm 50 years old. The number one issue for weight gain at this age is hormones. All right? Hormones, hormones, hormones. All right? So next, let's talk about, Melissa's talking about, have you heard or tried dry brushing? I have not yet. It is very beneficial for the lymphatic system. I have a brush. I've had it for a couple of years. Still haven't used it. I use it more for exfoliating every now and then. But not sure which oils to use when doing so. So anything for detoxification, Melissa. So that's my next topic is Zendocrine. So I have a Zendocrine liver roller blend that you can type in the search bar in this Facebook group, Yay Oils Public Education. And it has Zendocrine, Blue Tansy, Citrus Bloom, Geranium, Litsi, and Adaptive, I believe. You can just type liver and it'll pop up. That goes over my liver every morning. Sometimes I'll even rub it behind my ears if I'm not going outside because there's citrus oils in it. If I do it all over my abdomen, over my liver, which is the right side between the right breast and the right hip bone, right? I make sure that I don't go out in the sun that day because of all the citrus in there. Or I roll it on my lower back, which does not see the sun, okay? That gets my lymphatic system going. Also, I've been better at bouncing. So you can literally just stand still, keep your toes on the ground, lift your heels, and bounce up and down for a few minutes. You can do it all at once. You can do a little bit here and there, but that gets your lymphatic system going and gets your liver going, right? Bouncing. I have a friend that has a mini trampoline, and she uses that, but I don't really have a place for that. So I just stand still and bounce. If you really want to go to town, a friend of mine got me started with, but I haven't followed through on it. I've only done it twice. They call it hundreds. So they take very low weights. This doesn't have to be hard. I think I have 2-pound weights. Yeah, I have 2-pound weights. They're really small weights. And I do hundreds on my arms. Again, I've only done it twice, so I can't give any of this credit to that yet. Right, so now what I have to work on is tightening and toning because my arms have gotten smaller, right? So I need to work on this, on triceps. I've got this from yoga, but I need to work on the triceps, right? So I do triceps and I do 100 reps. You literally, it's extremely difficult even with a 2-pound weight. So that's next for tightening and toning. Andrea says, with all your weight loss, where the sun don't shine is getting smaller and smaller. Right? I used to put a ton of oils on my abdomen because I never wore a bikini ever in public. And so now I'm wearing bikinis, so I got to change where I put those oils. Carla has a great suggestion. You can apply pink pepper around the breasts and gently shake them to aid in lymphatic drainage for your breasts. That's fantastic, right? And Susan has a great tip. Susan and I love to watch Korean television, so we have that hobby in common. I have stopped, but watching movies or something like that helps you reduce stress and take you out of your own head. It's fine, but not snacking while you're doing it, all right? And not for 8 to 10 hours. Get up, watch one show, go do something else, all right? Go do something else, get up off that butt. Even just folding laundry, even just getting up and stripping the beds, anything at all, vacuuming, it doesn't matter. I have stairs, go walk up and down your stairs for a few minutes, anything whatsoever to keep moving. Right, so let me make sure I've covered all the Doterra products that are number one for me. Oh, Doterra Probiotics, okay? That's a given. In this day and age, I pretty much don't know too many people that do not take probiotics. So why do you want to take Doterra's? Doterra's probiotics are special. It's a prebiotic and a probiotic in one. It's double encapsulated. Super important. Most probiotics are destroyed by the hydrochloric acid in your digestive system and do not reach the lower intestine where it needs to go to be most effective, all right? So doTERRA's is special, and they're very inexpensive. We get them when we order our Lifelong Vitality Pack vitamins. You add it on for $25, okay? You take that probiotic anytime. I don't care when you take it. And the hydrochloric acid breaks open the outer capsule where the prebiotic is released, so it does what it needs to do for the stomach. The inner capsule still survives the hydrochloric acid then and gets to the lower intestine, which is where you need the probiotic to be released. All right? So Ruth says, do more biceps and triceps. That will help a lot with the arms. Yes, that's next. I'm so excited. So again, all of these things, I did not go big guns and do a whole bunch of stuff at once. I started with yoga and my doTERRA. Then I added, a few weeks later, the HIIT for 10 minutes, the running and walking. Walk for 1 minute, run for 30 seconds. Walk for 1 minute, run for 30 seconds. All I could do for months was 10, 15 minutes, right? Back the first month or two, I think I only did 10 minutes, and I did that only a couple times a week. Now, for example, last night, I haven't done it in probably 2 months. Last night I got on the treadmill, and I did it for, I don't even know how long, I'll have to look at the picture, but I did almost 4 miles, right? I would run for 1 minute, and I would walk for 2, right? And then run for 1 minute and walk for 2. And I did it, actually I'll tell you how long I did it for, because I took a screenshot of the treadmill when I was done. All right, so I did it for 1 hour and went almost 4 miles. All right, I'm slow at it. I'm not running fast. I'm doing is it 6 miles per hour? Is that what it is on the treadmill? Anyway, I walk at 4 and I run at 6, right? Ooh, this is a great tip, Susan. So Susan says, find yourself a workout buddy or a walking buddy if you can. If I don't have a buddy, if I do not have an accountability partner, I fail. I've learned what I will do on my own and what I won't, and it turns out I do nothing on my own. So I have my yoga buddies. I have to go to yoga because they're counting on me to be there, right? 3 days a week. I found a yoga buddy across the street. There's a neighbor who goes up to the gym 3 times a day. So now he's going to text me later in the day, not the morning one, later in the day and at night when he's going up there, and go up there, all right? And walk and run, do the weights. He's going to show me how to do the weights, whatever. So now I have another accountability partner for the other days of the week to get me going and doing other things, all right? Again, it's about maintaining my health. One thing that triggered a lot of this, I had 2 friends in the last 7 months, pass away, who in college there were 4 of us, kind of like the 4 musketeers, I guess you could say. 2 of them passed away in the last 7 months, right? At 49 and 50 years old. Okay? Not acceptable. Not acceptable. And they were health related. Not acceptable. We need to focus on our health. We need to focus on preventative, proactive care. So if the only thing you leave with from this video is improving your body from the inside out with nutrition, maintaining a healthy inflammatory response with the products that I've talked about, because the 2 root causes of all disease is either inflammation or digestive. All right? Lifelong Vitality Pack attacks both, addresses both. Terrazyme addresses both. The oils that we talked about in the water and in the coffee address both. I take 2 copaiba soft gels, which help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, a healthy digestive system, and a million other things. Grab your book. I can't even talk about them all. I take 2 copaiba soft gels at bedtime to maintain a healthy inflammatory response and to sleep like the dead. I take 2 Serenity Soft Gels at bedtime to sleep better. Those 2 products help with feelings of anxiousness, overwhelm, stress, and they help turn off the brain so that you can fall asleep. We have to maintain stress in order to lose weight. We have to maintain stress in order to reduce the inflammation in our body. We have to maintain stress in order to have mental health. All right? I have a lot of reasons in the last 7 months for my mental health to be challenged. All right? And these products help me maintain my mental health. Any guesses what the number 1 product for me is that maintains my mental health? Let's do a giveaway for the first person to comment. The number 1 Doterra product for me, I'm going to take a picture of the first person to comment. And what do I have that you would love? I've got some good stuff right now. Whoever wins, I'll show you. Or you can choose a product from my website. The first person to comment, the number 1 product for my mental health. Number 1 product for my mental health. Really good guesses, and I want you all to be using these. Andrea got it, taking a picture. All right, so on my side of the screen, I take a picture now because it looks different on everybody's screen. LLV. Andrea was the first one to comment. Andrea, I'll message you some goodies in my goodie box that I found. Right? All of these are good guesses, and these are all products that I use to help with my mental health. But LLV is number 1. If I go more than 2 days without taking Lifelong Vitality Pack, I regress in my mental health back to I'm not good enough. I am not a good enough mother. I am not a good enough daughter. I am not good at my work. I go to the I'm not good enough. I am not enough in my mental health, which is not a place that I want to live in anymore. Lifelong Vitality Pack Vitamins is the number 1 product for me. If you are just joining this and you are on a budget and you can only get one thing to help with your emotional health, your physical health, weight management, I want you to order Lifelong Vitality Pack Vitamins. Period. Non-negotiable. Right, so let's talk about some of these others because we have time today. At 50 years old and menopausal, 3 key products that are helping me: Neroli, Rose, Magnolia, up and down my forearms to help with hot flashes, overwhelm. I've done numerous videos the last couple weeks on these, right? LLV for Susan supports feelings of anxiousness, all symptoms of her OCD, right? So I used to be horribly obsessive compulsive, right? And even like pieces of paper on a table had to be lined up symmetrical. They couldn't be cattywampus. That's how severe my OCD was. Not as much of an issue anymore, right? Krista started with the Neroli and Magnolia together. Excellent, and been using the Rose under her eyes. I put them up and down my forearms, all over my face, and all over my chest. I'll even throw them on my abdomen. I need to use them more throughout the day, all right? But those have been key. And then I always use Adaptive. It's already in my liver roller. But then I also have the roller here in front of my computer, right? So probably if I was going to go bare bones on some products here, let's say Lifelong Vitality Pack, Terrazyme, Probiotics. I can't live without my bedtime routine of Copaiba soft gels, Serenity soft gels, and then with how often everyone's been getting sick around us, On Guard soft gels, and then Neroli, Magnolia, and Rose, and Zendocrine liver roller with the Adaptive, all that good stuff, right? Those are the must-haves to get me through the day to maintain emotional health and physical health. The other stuff are extras for weight management, are extras for depending on how I'm feeling, right? Nikki says, I need to find some alternatives to adaptive imbalance for anxiety and stress. Awesome, Nikki. Start working on the magnolia, neroli, and rose, right? And then go to your book or your app and type in anxiety or stress or both and see what oils pop up. A lot of people have success, are you ready for this, with cilantro for feelings of anxiousness. Now, I would never be able to do that unless I added something to it to change the scent, but cilantro is amazing for feelings of anxiousness, and you would have gotten that in your BOGO box, and it would have been a free item, okay? Right. So number one for weight management, mindset. You have to have a healthy mindset about your body. If you're focusing on weight, for example, I didn't even weigh myself for 2 months. I didn't know I'd lost weight other than my shorts were falling off, okay? So healthy mindset. Focus on nutrition and health. Losing 2 friends recently to health-related issues helped me focus on the health aspect. I don't wish that on you, all right? But it did help change my mindset from being obsessive compulsive about the weight. Because here's what happens if I become obsessive compulsive about changing my diet and weight and exercise. I don't exercise. I eat more than I did prior, and I just can't stick with it because I'm focusing on the wrong thing. I have to focus on the emotional health benefits. I go exercise now for the emotional health benefit, not to maintain this body and not to lose weight. It's helped me manage stress. I've identified that if I go do yoga, I have a better start to my day. If I go last night I went up to the gym for an hour. I was feeling stressed and overwhelmed with life, and I went up to the gym, back on track. I have to work out to maintain my mental health now. And so I look forward to it versus, I have to go do that to look a certain way. You have to change your mindset about why you're doing these individual components, okay? Otherwise, it takes an unhealthy turn, and it's very difficult to maintain that healthy habit, right? So 21 days, I think, to create a healthy habit, right? The scale doesn't always tell the story. In fact, I wasn't losing any weight at first, and my clothes were starting to fall off. I have a whole new wardrobe, all right? I took 10 bags to Goodwill in the last week. I have an entirely new wardrobe. I've never had so few clothes in my entire life, but I've now pared down. That's also eliminated stress, right? When you pare down your closet and the clutter in your house, it's helped to declutter my mind and reduce stress. Again, stress and anxiety contribute to weight gain, especially for women around the middle. Do you have weight gain around the middle? Then you need to reduce your stress, your anxiety, and you need to balance your hormones and cortisol production, okay? Simplify your life. It will reduce your stress, okay? All right, well, that was a good start to the day. I will post the links for Yoga with Tracy. Love her, love her, love her. I will do a little summary for you. I've gotten behind on posting the summaries of the video, right? If it's all in the middle, we need to be doing yoga. We need to be doing blood sugar, right? Cinnamon bark. We need to be doing grapefruit, cortisol. We need to be moving. We need to manage stress. Magnolia, neroli, rose, adaptive, whatever your stress oils are. But I love magnolia rose and magnolia rose and neroli because they're hormone, they're stress relieving, they're hot flash helpers, they're libido helpers, they're all of the above, all right? I know I've talked about all these things in videos over the last few months, but now you've got it all in one place, right? Jenny says, are you meditating? Not yet, all right? So my friends do that. I'm not very good at sitting still for any period of time. I'm not very good at shutting off the brain, so that's next on my things to accomplish, Jenny. All right, I am focusing less on work, and I'm focusing more on self-care and quality of life. I'm focusing, which has helped my mental health tremendously. I'm focusing on relationships with friends. That helps reduce stress. I'm making sure I go, if I go out to eat, I make healthier choices. Vanessa says, eat the rainbow. I'm making healthier choices. If I have a snack, it's not processed food. It's an apple, carrot, pineapple. I'm trying to think what's in the fridge. Berries, banana, yogurt. Can't remember if I said that. Right? Eat the rainbow. Make healthier choices on snacks, not processed food. Right? Eating real food, and then making sure, because I can't possibly eat that much food, that I supplement my nutrition with Lifelong Vitality Pack vitamins and the doTERRA protein, fiber, and greens. All right? All right, I'm going to wrap up. Great video for today. If you're doing the doTERRA business, I will see you in 8 minutes over in Lisa Zimmer, Essential Oils Biz Tips for some business advice. Ooh, love this tip. Diane says grilled pineapple is good too. Yummy. I've also discovered cauliflower steaks where you can grill an entire slice of cauliflower. Amazing. Right? Keep it simple. I've stopped getting overwhelmed with meals. Ooh, here's something I'm doing. I found a little crock pot, and I'm making sure, because one of my biggest mistakes is not eating often enough or forgetting to eat, which is terrible for your metabolism. Right? I make sure I'm eating better. In the last 2 weeks, I either put a roast or chicken or pork loin. I cut up smaller pieces because remember, we're reducing portions. And Jax and I eat on pork loin for a day or two, or like rump roast with potatoes and carrots and onions and beef broth. Or I'm getting ready when I'm done with my next video to put chicken breast in the crock pot with a little bit of chicken broth and taco seasoning. And then for supper tonight, we're going to have tacos, and then I can also use that meat to make like tortilla soup. We can drain it and put it on sandwiches or put it on bread for sandwiches, but tonight we're set up for tacos. All right, it's simple. You throw it in and forget it, which is good for me because I'm good at forgetting things when I'm cooking, so I don't have to worry about it, and we always have something to eat. The next day we put it in the refrigerator, and we have a quick reminder. Jennifer says, I set alarms on my phone to remind me to eat. That's next. I need to make sure and do that. I have Jackson here now, but when he goes to FGCU in the fall, I'm going to have to do that, all right? So work on those crock pot meals to make sure you always have something ready, because what happens is when you don't have something ready, you make bad choices. You'll run out and grab fast food. You'll eat processed foods out of the cabinet that you have as a backup plan, right? It helps you make better choices. Dina says, I hear drinking broth helps lose weight too. So we've been consuming a lot more broth because when I do the rump roast, we drink the broth too, right? So broth, if it's a good quality bone broth, it helps repair the digestive system, and it has a whole lot of other benefits. So Google benefits of bone broth, all right? You're going to have to Google a lot of these because we don't have time to cover it all today. So great question, Dina. That is 100% true. Benefits of bone broth. It's great for soft tissues. It's great for cartilage. It's great for your digestive system. All right, so Business Builders with doTERRA. I will see you over in Lisa Zimmer, Essential Oils Biz Tips. If you're looking to learn more about the doTERRA business, feel free to join that group. It's open to everyone. Anyone in doTERRA can share doTERRA with others and earn an income, right? It's very simple. If you're already ordering doTERRA products, it's even more simple. That's the only requirement, is that you order and use some doTERRA products, all right? And hopefully you're all doing that already, okay? All right, I'll see you over there in a little bit. And start with one thing. Don't get overwhelmed, okay? If you're brand new to all this and overwhelmed with products, start with Lifelong Vitality Pack. In a perfect world, Lifelong Vitality Pack and Terrazyme, okay? And then add more to it. If you're getting ready to get moving, start with yoga. Start with gentle yoga. Find an accountability partner. Drink lots of water. Find hydrating foods like celery, watermelon, to keep your body hydrated, okay? All right. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining me today. Take care of yourself from the inside out. Focus on nutrition. Focus on health, and your body will transform itself. keep moving, keep drinking water, keep using your doTERRA products, and I wish you the best emotional, physical, and if you want to learn more about financial health, you can join me over in Lisa Zimmer Essential Oils Biz Tips. Happy oiling. Have a great day. Bye.